of suction stands, a frown upon his face. There's been a ruction in his lands. His world is a scary place, where big bad lords attempt to kill the king. If only they can fix it, that pesky earl, but with no head, he shall no longer mix it. Not one that's attached to his body, for on a stick. The earl's head serves as a warning. King Henry, he is dead strict. He's got friends though, it's not all grim. He really likes a laugh. At one time, in fact, he laughed so much he split his pants in half. But just as things seem peaceful in dear old England's towns, the French toast king, he misbehaves, brings back poor Henry's frown. Oh no, gosh no, what naughtiness it has poor Henry rattled. Only one way to sort this out, he must go into battle. Many songs there are indeed, and many stories told about the glorious battles fought in the glory days of old. Have you ever stopped to think how horrid it would be to have a gaping hole where your tummy used to be? Swords were sharp and vicious, there's no doubt about it. It would not be nice at all to be like a fish all gutted. And so it is with heavy heart that Henry calls his men. He tells them that to battle they must go, alas, again. Not to worry, Henry our king, we'll give it loads of welly. That's what they say, but of course inside they feel just like jelly. Not knowing if they'll return this time to board the boats each man does climb. So Henry House of Hoover, there he stands, surveys as he those foreign lands. He and his men now mean to conquer, no matter who shall call them bonkers. The French toast king in all his might would not believe that Henry could fight against the French toast army with their matching knives. Gruesome, sharp and eager to take opponents' lives. He taunts poor Henry, shouts across the way, "You'll be dead tomorrow, enjoy the day." He is a fierce chap, it is true, his troops they are all fierce too. Armour shining in the sun, armed to the teeth everyone. Tall, broad and packed with muscle, strong and fast in the tussle. But Henry, who is strong and brilliant, against his foe is resilient. Yes, Yet he sees his men getting feared, hearing the enemy sharpening spears, imagining their guts unwound, their eyes poked out, the horrid sounds of puncture wounds and stabs and slashing, all the blood that will be splashing. Is it true, they whisper, shying, that you poop when you are dying? Or wet your pants, how undignified, not like how the old heroes died. Henry's having none of this, he will admit it is not bliss. To be in battle, to smell the blood, to be wading in that ruby flood. In disguise he creeps amongst his troops, to negate this fear of death and poops. Humans are we all, he says, whether friend or whether foe, or whether warrior, king or cook or hero, only superheroes have superpowers. The rest of us in scary hours can be but brave and proud of ourselves. Bear up, chaps, put our fears out of reach, be prepared once more unto the breach. They try to sleep on that nervous night and be ready for an epic fight. Dream they do of those valiant words, courage like good soup is stirred. In the morning Henry greets his soldiers, they seem to be feeling very much bolder, eating up their eggy bread. We won't be hungry, though we might be dead. They laugh as they load their arrows into quivers. We need to win, no time for shivers. We know it will be terrifying, we hope we will be death-defying. This may be the last of our lives, we can't tell who will survive. There's a job to do that we're trained at, so lead the charge, let's get locked in mortal combat. Thanks chaps, Henry says, and if this day's your last, a life unlived is a fate worse than the one that we ride at. They charged, of course, you know they would. The arrows were flying, and so was the blood. Bits of arm and bits of leg, and sometimes even bits of head. Some were maimed, some bled to death. Some screamed out, and some were numb, and one had a dagger sticking out of his bum. The day was hot, the day was smelly, but Henry's men, they gave it welly. The French were toasted, they surrendered, said sorry that they had offended. Henry married the French princess, an ending most felicitous. It didn't end all wars, alas, though the cake was most delicious. There always will be something, dears, to make you feel frail. Indomitable spirit, dears, means you can prevail.